Assalamu alaikum students. How are you doing? Hope you are doing good. So in previous grammar class we did present tenses. We have completed all present tenses and today we are going to do all aspects of past tense. But first tell me, have you completed your homework? You must have completed your homework. I mean grammar homework. So now come to the board. So the first past tense which we have is past indefinite tense or past simple tense. What is past simple tense or what is past indefinite tense? This is a finished past action. Any action which was completed in past, which finished in past is past indefinite tense. For example, she called me 2 days ago. So this action was completed 2 days ago. This action was completed in past. She called me in past. She called me 2 days ago. Next example is we ate a wonderful meal yesterday. So this action also finished yesterday. This action was also completed yesterday. Yesterday we ate a wonderful meal. And then it drizzled every day last week. So this action finished last week. Last week it drizzled every day. So here I have a timeline. Do you remember timeline which you did in 8th class in Iqra English Grammar book 5? So this timeline I have today. So suppose this is the present time, right now. We are right now. This is somewhere in past action completed. So this is past indefinite action or this is past simple. So the formulation of past indefinite tense for subject, if we have subject, any noun or any pronoun, for all nouns and all pronouns, we have only one helping verb and that is did. So the formulation is for affirmative sentence, subject plus V2 or second form of verb or past form of verb and object. And V2 or second form of verb is characteristic for past indefinite tense. We use V2 or second form of verb only in past indefinite tense. Example is we bought cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. So in past, sometime in past, we bought a cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. So come to the negative sentence. The structure or the formula of negative sentence is subject plus did plus not plus verb, and that is the base form of verb. That is the root form of verb and object. Example is we did not buy cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. So this structure is did not and buy, the root form of buy is the root form of verb or base form of verb. There we used bought, that is the second form of verb. But here we are using base form, root form. For interrogative sentence, did plus subject plus verb plus object question mark. Did comes first, helping verb comes first in interrogative sentence. So did we buy cheesecake from Rahat Bakery? And here you can see that again we are using root form of verb, base form of verb. You know that sometimes we have regular verbs. So there is ed after every verb, after every word, and sometimes we have irregular verbs. But sometimes we have some verbs which have all same kinds, all same forms. So here I have a list for you where verbs with all same forms are present. You you can see that there is base form or present form or the first form of the verb, and past form or second form of the verb, and past participle or third form of the verb, but all forms are same. Burst, burst, burst. Cast, cast, cast. Cost, cost, cost. Cut, cut, cut. So all forms, all verbs are same. So sometime it happens, suppose a sentence comes in examination. He shut the door. So it is a trick. Some students can think that this is present indefinite tense or present simple tense, but you know this is not a present indefinite tense. This is past indefinite tense, because if it would be present indefinite tense, there would be shirts, there would be s with shirt. So don't come in this trap. And if you are going to change this into negative sentence, this will be he did not shut the door. So remember this. I will inshallah provide you this work list. Now there is another comparison, that is present perfect tense vs past indefinite tense. Sometimes we get confused that whether the structure, whether the sentence should be present perfect tense or past indefinite tense. So recall, what is present indefinite tense? Present indefinite tense is action that has just been completed. Suppose this is now. Right now we are doing some work. And this is future. But some work which was completed just now, and we have consequences of that work is present perfect tense. Suppose, example is, I have written A on the board. I have written A on the board. So A is written here. So I can say that this is present perfect tense. Come to past indefinite tense. We have just learned that action that was completed in past is past indefinite tense, or any finished past action is past indefinite tense. For example, I wrote A on the board. So is there any A written on the board? No, but I wrote. मैंने लिखा तो था ना. Now that written A has become the part of past. So now this is I wrote A on the board. I hope you will understand the difference, that if action is present before you, any past action which is present before you or have just been completed, so this is present perfect tense. But if action finished in the past, so that will be past indefinite tense. Now come to the next tense. So the next tense is past continuous tense. Any action in progress in past, any continuous action in past, any action in past or which was going on in past or which was continuous in past is past continuous tense. For example, when I woke up this morning, it was raining. So it was raining. This is the timeline. So it was raining in the morning, and when I woke up, it was raining and it was still continued. The raining was going on. So this is past continuous tense because the action is continued. The action was continued. So when I woke up this morning, when I woke up in past, when I woke up this morning, it was raining. The action was happening before my waking up and it continued, it was continued after I woke up. So this is past continuous tense. Next example is, she was studying in her room when I called her. So she was doing a continuous work. She was studying. And in between some her continuous work, I called her. He arrived when they were taking dinner. So they were taking dinner. This was their continuous action. And in between somewhere, in between some time, he arrived. So the helping verb which we use for past continuous tenses was for I, he, she, it, and were for we, you, they. Now come to the formulation. For affirmative sentence, we have subject plus was verb plus V4, that is the in form of verb and object. Example is, we were buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. Negative sentence is subject plus was verb plus not plus V4 plus object. Example is, we were not buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. Interrogative sentence, helping verb will come first. So was, were plus subject plus V4 plus object question mark. Example is, were we buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery? So this is all about past continuous tense. Now come to past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is any finished action in the past before another finished action. It means that there are two finished actions in the past and one action happened first and then another action happened. So the first finished action is past perfect and the second finished action is past indefinite or past simple. For example, I had offered Fajr prayer before I ate my breakfast. So, I ate my breakfast in past, but before this, I had completed some other work, I had completed some other action, and that was I had offered Fajr prayer. Come to the timeline. Suppose this is past time. This is now, right now, and this is past time. So before this past action, some action was completed. So this action is past perfect action. And because this was completed before this past action. So this is the first past and this is the second past. Next example is, the waves had broken the dam before the rescue team arrived in the village. So here sometime the waves had broken the dam. After this, the rescue team arrived. So when the rescue team arrived in past, that is past indefinite tense or past simple tense. But before this action, another action had happened and that was the waves had broken the dam. That was past perfect. Next example is, my mother had lived in Hyderabad before she came to Karachi. So she came to Karachi in past, but before that past, she had lived in Hyderabad. So this is her past perfect action. Now come to the formulation. For all nouns and all pronouns, the helping verb is had. So for affirmative sentence, plus V3 or third form of verb or past participle of verb and object. Example is, we had bought cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. You can see that we have simplified the structure, but it doesn't mean that this sentence is alone. No, this is not alone. A past indefinite sentence or a past simple sentence will be or would be with this sentence. Means there should be some sense that some action happened. Before that action, this action had happened. Come to the next negative sentences. The formula subject plus had plus not plus V3 or past participle plus object. Example, we had not bought cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. For interrogative sentence, helping verb will come first. Had plus subject plus V3 or past participle plus object. The example is, had we bought cheesecake from Rahat Bakery. So this is all about past perfect tense. Now come to past perfect continuous tense. So for past perfect continuous tense, we can say that a continuous action in the past before another finished action. Means there is a finished action in past, and before this finished action, some action was continued. There would be a continuous action. For example, I had been working on computer since morning when you called me. So you called me in past, and before this action, I had been working on computer. I had been working continuously before you called me. So there was a continuous action in the past before a past action happened. So there are also two past actions. One action is finished action, so that is past indefinite tense or past simple tense, and a continuous action before this past is past perfect continuous tense. First we should look the timeline. Suppose this is present time right now, and this is some time in past. So before this past, there was some action continued and finished at that time or before this past time. So this action which was continued before this past action was past perfect continuous tense, and this is past indefinite or past simple tense. Look at the next example. He had been sleeping for 6 hours before the phone bell rang. So there is a past action, that is phone bell rang. But before this past action, there was a continuous action that he had been sleeping. And he had been sleeping for 6 hours. Means before this action for 6 hours, he was continuously sleeping. So he had been sleeping for 6 hours. Next example is, he had been living in Canada for 20 years before he settled in Pakistan. So this is his past action, and before this he was continuously living in Canada. He had been living in Canada for 20 years. So this continuous action before past is past perfect continuous tense. Come to the formulation. For all nouns and all pronouns, the helping verb is had been for this tense. For affirmative sentence, we use subject plus had plus been plus V4 or fourth form or ing form of verb plus object. For example, we had been buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery for 3 years. And there would also be another past indefinite tense or past simple tense. Suppose we had been buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery for 3 years when my mother baked cheesecake at home first time. So this is a past action, but before this past action, there was a continuous past action, that is past perfect continuous tense. Come to the negative sentence. Formula is subject plus had plus not plus been plus V4 plus object. And the example is, we had not been buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery for 3 years. For interrogative sentences, the formula is had plus subject plus been plus V4 plus object question mark. The example is had we had been buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery for 3 years. I'm repeating again this example. Had we been buying cheesecake from Rahat Bakery for 3 years. So this is all about the past tenses. So girls, for homework, inshallah homework will be provided to you. Practice will be provided to you. First of all, you will write all the formulation, all the structures for past tense. You can see the page. And this will be provided to you inshallah. And after that you will complete the practice work. This all practice work is there. And after this you will make the columns. You will write all these verbs which have same forms. So you will make columns in your register and write all these forms of verb. Okay? So inshallah we will meet again with the next class. Till then, take care.